What a lot of people don't realize with the amateur career you had, you know the story where you talk about the 2 knockouts in one night. I've had a few people approach me and they talk about it. They don't believe the story. They don't get it.
Imagine.
Explain to people that are going to watch this that whole bizarre situation, because I witnessed it firsthand. That was sick. But explain what actually happened where you had to knock 2 guys out in one night.
All right. So basically, I was in I think it was the novice championships.
Yeah, it was
right?
novice.
Yeah, it was the novice championships. So that's the under 10s.
Yeah.
So these guys, I think one had 8 fights, no, 8 wins and 1 loss, and they've had 9 wins and 1 loss.
10 fights.
Yeah.
10 fights, 8 or 9 wins.
Yeah, something
good
like
boxer.
that. And basically the boxing board, they messed up the whole like who's fighting who thing. So on the night we had to draw straws, and whoever drawn the last straw would have to fight 2 of the lads in the same night.
Yeah.
And before I even pulled the straw out, I knew it was gonna be me, because that's just how Lyon Woodstock's life always goes. Like, if I can draw the short straw, I will. It just happens. I have no choice over it. It just happens. Like, it's ridiculous. So before I even pulled it out, and I physically remember pulling it and going, see, told you, I knew it. So anyway, we've gone to the dressing room, and just told me, he said, the first guy you fight is like, I want you to knock him out in the first round. I need you to stop him in the first round. And he actually contacted me not long ago on Instagram.
Oh, serious?
His name's Tom Somerville, I think it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, do you remember me? I was like, yeah. So he's a traveller lad as well. So he just told me, stop him in the first round. I need you to stop him in the first round. And like, Hudge has this way of just psychologically getting in my brain and just flicking switches, turning me into a complete animal. So he sent me out there. I stopped the kid in the first round. He was like, good, you listened to me.
Yeah, I remember,
like,
man, that was crazy.
So he said, the second guy, you're not going to stop him in the first round. You're going to have to stop him in the last round. You're going to have to wear him down, because he's a mover. He's very slippery. And
he was good as well.
When he said that to me, I didn't realise how slippery this guy was. I swear to God, I felt like he was covered in butter.
Because what he was able to do, he was one of those boxers, you see it on the amateur boxing circuit, some guys are good boxers but they're not strong.
Yeah.
So you fought plenty like that, completely just run. We know plenty like that.
Yeah.
But this kid, he was strong with his punches, so when he would throw them, he would set his feet, bang, and then move, and his angles. Yeah, he was good.
I remember one point in the fight, because I dropped him, I think, once in the first, twice in the second, and 3 times in the last, and the ref obviously had to stop it. And I remember throwing a left hook, because I used to like to leap in with my shots. I lunged in with a left hook. And I just remember him going right under me, doing a 360.
I remember because you came into where me and Paige were sitting there, and you came straight I
fell into the ropes. And he was all the way over there, and I was like,
I remember.
What? And I remember looking down towards like, what am I meant to do?
Yeah.
So I just overwhelmed him with work rate and power, and obviously I finally got the stoppage. But that was the craziest night in my amateur career so far. Still today, this day, that's still one of my highlights in my boxing
It was
career.
unreal. I've not seen anything like it.
Knocking 2 guys out in one night, is crazy. That don't happen. Just fighting 2 guys in one night and beating both
2 in one night.
Mental.
And again, in the championships as well, two
exactly.
good guys with good records. For that
it's
point of your career. For that point of your career as well. Mm-hmm. With the upcoming fight with Archie, October the 6th.
Yes.
Obviously, there's all the talk on social media. One thing that I want to get out there for people to see, again, your side of the story in a bit more detail, because, I know you. I've known you since I was. It's been a long time now.
For real.
And I know you can talk. You like to trash talk. You enjoy that sort of stuff. But at the same time, you didn't start this whole Twitter thing
100%.
with you guys.
100%.
That's what you're saying. That's your view. And so you had that. Explain that situation where the whole feud actually started.
Well, basically what happened is I was out because I got a really bad back injury in the ring, like literally right there.
I was there. I was there.
And so I'm moving around with you.
Yeah, that's it.
And we're not even sparring. It's just
we just
shadow boxing. And I slipped to the left, and my back just went it was gone. Literally, my it felt like my spine fell out my ass. That's what it felt like. Gone. So I've just collapsed on the floor, and that took me out for a while. And while I was lying there on the floor, I was contemplating this whole boxing thing. Am I even going to be able to box after this? Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? What avenues am I going to go down? And that right there just describes me as a person. As soon as I felt like things could potentially go wrong. I was already thinking, all right, where am I going? What am I going to do next? This is how I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. And like, it's like I already thought in my head, like, if it does go all bad, I know what I'm going to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, on that floor, because I was there for 5 hours as well.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like, till I got, like, able to leave, and your dad had to carry me out the bloody gym, and it was mad. But, so, while all that was going on, this crazy boy has been talking rubbish on Twitter, saying that he wants Lyon Woodstock, he wants to fight Woodstock, But, and I heard it from 3-4 different people, but I didn't pay no mind to it. But then I just kept hearing it, so I thought, let me go and check this out. So after my back's got better and everything, and I've had my first combat fight, he was fighting, I think like a month and a half later.
I think he was on a September show, something like that.
Something like that. So I've had my combat fight, my back's all good, feeling good. So I'm hearing again, oh, this Archie boy is saying this, saying that. So I thought, let me check it out. So I went down his Twitter, found it, and I was thinking, who is this guy? Like, why is he saying my name? I don't call no one out. I don't do that. That's not my style. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Unless I see that you've got something I want or an avenue that I can go down where you'll put my career in a position, I won't say nothing. And I've got this boy, Archie Sharp, chatting the most, saying that he wants to do this, he can beat me, and sees flaws in my defense and this, that, and the other. So I say to him, you're fighting in a month and a half. Let's do it there. And he starts umming and ahhing, saying I'm in Mexico and this and that. And apparently he's been training for some sort of time for this fight. But why are you in Mexico then on holiday? Yeah. Like, and he just wouldn't take the fight for that day. So in my head, I was thinking, well, forget you then. I'm not going to waste my time. I'll give you the opportunity. I'm the one with the belt. If you either come and have it or you don't, leave it at that. Anyway, it's gone to like managers, this, that, and the other. And obviously, it's a good fight for me. And in my amateur days, I love taking people's records.
No, of course.
Now I'm going to start doing it in the pros. So he'll start with Archie Sharp and take his...
The fight, in watching Archie, I like... Again, I have my preference. I like a certain style of boxing. I'm excited for this one because he is... And again, going back to, I know you on a personal level, very close. And I'll never bullshit you. I won't sit here and say, you're going to knock this guy out. Even though you might, I'm not going to say, you're going to knock this guy out. He's shit and stuff like that. Because watching his performances, it's funny that his name is Archie Sharp. Because one of the best words I can see to describe his style, he's sharp as fuck. Yeah. He's a sharp, the guy is he's sharp and he's a good kid. And the lying to you and saying, yeah, you can do this, do that, that's not support. That's probably what you get from more people just trying to feed your ego.
Of course. 100%.
But the fight itself potentially can steal the show. Carol Davis, I think it has the potential to be such a good fight, but I think it could also not be such a good fight. I hope it is. They're both very good fighters. Yeah. But you two and your styles, I think that's going to be a sick mix, because even with your style, I think people in this fight, again, I know from the Poxon fight, which was a brilliant fight, great performance. I know you was ill. You was super ill. This one, I feel like people are going to see that, because I know you like to portray your personality in your boxing. I know that. I know you're into, people might know or not, you're into, I would say you're into conspiracy theories.
Yeah, anime, all that.
Yeah, I would say, I was going to say, like, but I don't think you're just into, I was having a conversation with Emma about this the other day. I don't think it's just a conspiracy theory thing. I think it's more of your mind likes to wonder, it likes to explore these avenues and 100%. These different topics that are quite unorthodox and unique.
I feel like that's how I've always been ever since I was a kid, to be honest. Like, down to the way I dress. I'm not a very, I'm not your basic normal person. I've got a very eccentric way of thinking. I feel like my perspective and the way my mind rests is very different to a lot of people around me. And I feel like, I wouldn't say that's just 100% due to like being around your dad, but I feel like I was like that anyway. He just enhanced my vision, my thoughts, and showed me a completely different side to the world. You get what I'm saying? So it allowed me to actually be me and grow into me. So I've always been like that. So when like it comes to talking about conspiracies and this, that, and the other, and because a lot of people try and talk to me about conspiracies, religion, this, that, and the other, and because I'm a very spiritual person, like I believe the whole world is ran and gauged on energy and vibes and frequencies. Yeah. And you can tell a lot from, like, if someone just walked into a room, I can pretty much like be around them for like 2 minutes and I'll know like a hell of a lot about them. Like I ain't no flipping medium. You know what I'm saying? But I can pick up on a lot.
What do you think about Brandon? What do you think about his t-shirt?
I don't like the colour.
Sorry, Brandon. Sorry about that.
Stop bullying the guy. But yeah, like I've always had that way of thinking. Like you said, it's a very unorthodox way of being and thinking. So.
But that's always, again, with your style and seeing you even coming in the gym, how, again, even me as a young amateur, when I was an amateur boxer, seeing there was much inspiration from you. And I'm not talking about the inspiration where I see you put a motivational quote and I'm up your arse. It's the little things, even watching how your style was, seeing you take on guys. I think you had about 16 fights taking on like Jack Daniel.
Yeah, you had
those,
like 75 fights.
Those little things and going and beating some top level guys when, again, the amount of amateur fight, you shouldn't really be doing that stuff.
Yeah, of course.
So if I was to say to you, let's go to the conspiracy theories then.
Okay then.
Let's go down that route.
We'll go in there.
What conspiracy theory for you is one that you think is quite plain obvious? Yeah. In your mind, that you see is, you're convinced that you don't know how people can think it's not that way. So for example, let's just go to the moon landing.
Oh, that's literally what I was gonna say. That is one of have you seen the footage of that?
I've seen the footage.
Have you seen it?
I've seen it.
Absolutely absurd.
Yeah, I've seen the footage.
It looks like something like an 8-year-old would do in D&T in school. Yeah. It looks ridiculous. You ever see them old films where they've obviously got a little spaceship and they'll get the string and pull it up. It's literally that ridiculous. It looks so stupid.
So to confirm, do you? Again, people have different perspectives from it. Yeah. I like to, as I've got older, I think I've gone a bit more boring. I'm a bit more objective. I like to believe we went to the moon and that sort of stuff. But from your point of view,
so you think we went to the moon?
I think, personally, from the evidence and everything collectively put together, I stand by that we went to. I stand by that we went to the moon because it's it's about. I think what a lot of people do these days, and I was having the conversation the other day.
I was looking forward to this conversation.
Yeah. We'll look at there's YouTube videos, there's YouTube videos, and it could be a 30-minute YouTube video of someone explaining something, giving these amazing ideas, and let's say the moon landing was fake, giving these ideas, etc., and there's nothing coming back. So there's these points, these arguments being put forward, and people can listen to it because sound really articulate, and we take it in like it's truth, but there's nothing coming back from someone. So these points could be being made. You're watching a YouTube video, it sounds amazing, but it could be complete bullshit.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I think that's where you got to understand, I feel like there's truths and false in everything. You've just got to be wise enough to be able to pick what's right and what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Even in regards to, because I'm not religious at all. I believe, religion was created to keep people separate. We're not wanted to unite as one person. Do you get what I'm saying? As one population. People want to separate because it's easier to control people when they're in segregations. You get what I'm saying? So I ain't really big on the whole religious thing, but I'm very spiritual and I know there's a creator because this did not just happen by chance. They say that chaos cannot create order. This is a scientifically proven thing. If I was to get a bunch of CDs and throw them up into the air, they would not land correctly placed. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? And they say the Big Bang is created.
I feel that.
This planet. It don't make sense.
I feel that, but let's not go away from the moon. Let's not go away from the moon.
Oh yes.
So for you, what evidence do you have, or do you believe you've seen or heard someone say that we managed to fake the moon landing? What do you go? Do you just purely the footage, or is
I'll give you one thing now. On the footage, as the ship leaves, from the moon to go back to Earth,
to go back to lovely Earth,
Who filmed that? Do you get what I'm saying? Who filmed that? Who did they leave a man behind? Let me just get this last bit, and then furthermore, how did they get that footage back?
Again, but this is where I feel like
it's the 1950s.
Well, we could go back and forth. We could go back and forth on it. But those questions, again, you're asking me. I wasn't there. But if you used to ask,
that's what I'm saying.
You used to ask somebody else.
General public.
Yeah, you used to ask somebody else though, like an astronaut or someone specialist in that field in NASA. They may be able to get the answer, bang like that, and there's your answer, and then that's that case closed.
But then you'd have to go to the context of that answer. What is the weight of their answer? Is it just a throwaway answer to try and keep me in the dark from what is quite obviously made up, fabricated bullshit?
But do you think you're going to be going in circles and circles and overthinking, and if you're going down that route?
When you're...
Sorry to interrupt you, but I see with the moon landing one, if there is a conspiracy theory, and I agree with you, if there is a conspiracy theory where you look at and there's so much shady stuff that goes on, but I will agree, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but if that one, I can 100% see why people have come up with the ideas and stuff, because there is a lot of weird shit with it. Especially with one of the reasons that they say that we went to the moon, that why we haven't gone back, a lot of people say we haven't gone back because of politics. That politics was the main reason we went.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people say.
There's actually a guy that says that they can't go back because they destroyed the technology. He actually said,
I've seen that. I've seen something like that. Apparently, all the data, you're on about the data. The data that they acquired from, again, don't quote me on that, but they destroyed, I know what you're on about. But yeah, back to the politics thing. So I want to believe the moon landing. I want to believe it's all cushy, all nice.
Of course.
It makes life happy, innit? It makes it all good. But and again, with the politics excuse or reason, I don't get on with that too well, because they say there was obviously the space race with Russia, and one of the reasons obviously to get to the moon. One of the main
shows power. And dominance.
We wanted to beat Russia, and I get that. Let's say we got to the moon, and that's the big motivation, but we went back after that. So it wasn't just a one-time thing. We went back after that. So for me, that's where I kind of see I get a bit, it's a bit blurry there.
100%.
But I think overall, possibly went there. Could have seen something that we didn't like.
Maybe.
Blah blah blah.
Maybe, yeah.
But overall, it's
because what you've got to think is like, what is their motivation to either have these things shady or keep these things away from us? See what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe they are trying to protect us. Yeah,
exactly. So again, we could go into it, and this is probably one we'll save for another time where we go into it with a lot more detail.
100%.
But October the 6th, Archie Sharp. Is it going to go points or knockout, or is it just going to go?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm a big believer in energy and how the universe works. And on the night, whatever she wants to happen, that's what will happen. All right, I'll just go with that.
Nice one.